It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see a brawl inside the NFC North. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. Coming up next.
They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Today, we've got what's always a hard-hitting battle in the NFC North, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Chicago Bears. With my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. CD, these Chicago Bears, they come off a tough year at 3-14, the most losses in franchise history. What can they look to build around here in 2023?
Well, it starts with their quarterback, and you know that he is a heck of a player for them. But they've got to get better on the defensive side of the ball. Head coach, defensive background, he's trying to amass that kind of talent and become the monsters of the Midway once again.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Vikings, we know all about the skilled players on offense, but they're looking to make up some ground on the defensive side of the ball this season, as they were second from the bottom in total defense a year ago.
What they want to do is find a way to be more consistent on that side of the ball and not rely on making big plays late in games in order to secure victories. They want to be able to stop people earlier. That's what they're looking to do in 2023.
The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. Scott on the return, out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So here come the Bears to take over on offense behind their third-year quarterback, former Ohio State Buckeye Charles Justin Fields.
We all knew Fields was an incredible athlete coming out of college, and last season, he unleashed it upon the NFL. Ran for over 1,100 yards and would have broken the quarterback's single-season record if he had played the full season. He also threw 17 touchdown passes, and that's the next jump for him. More consistency as a passer.
Fields passing on the first play from scrimmage. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get out. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second down and 1. A man who led the league in yards per carry last year, it's Khalil Herbert. And this will be a Bears first down as the tackle made at about the 38.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
On first down, right back to Herbert. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
2nd down at 6 now from the 42. Fields now to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Mooney, the motion man right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That good for 19 and a first down.
That's a very nice game there. Confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Herbert powering up the middle. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Herbert. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 16. It appears he'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be 3rd down. They'll run with Herbert. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. A give left side here for Herbert. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Now it's Fields. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Santos' kick is up and through, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. Well, they started the drive backed up pretty deep, but a nice effort to overcome the field position, get into field goal range on the game's opening possession.
And Brandon, I think from where they started, the initial thought was, can we get 1 or 2 first downs and help out our defense after we pump the ball away with field position? But as that drive went on, I think their sights got set a little bit higher. They were thinking touchdown, ended up settling in between and coming away with a field goal.
Following the made field goal, out instead is the punter Trenton Gill to kick this away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So here the Vikings set to go to work, and they're led by the leading passer in the NFC a season ago. Now in his 12th year, 6th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
Minnesota's new coaching staff really leaned on Cousins for leadership and production, and the longtime vet was up to the pressure. 29 touchdowns, 4,500 yards, and a 13-win season, his best as a starter. Captain Kirk, he's quietly been one of the league's most productive passers the last few seasons.
They'll start on the ground with Madison. And right away, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back. It didn't take that long, right?
Right.
To him, it probably felt like hours because he's agonizing, like, I've got to get this football back. Able to get it done.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well. Every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Cousins. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Now Cousins. Into the hands of the rookie Jordan Addison. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 29-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. So, Charles, defensively here, you're going up against a veteran quarterback. He's got a lot of know-how, a ton of savvy, but a guy who's not the most mobile of quarterbacks. What's the plan of attack?
You spend all week pumping up your defensive front. Your defensive tackles, your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys who go after the quarterback the most, because you know that he's not going to run and beat you consistently throughout the game. You can rush more aggressively off the edge and even up the middle, because even if he evades you, he's not going to go very far. You have a lot more confidence going after him in the pocket.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Just nowhere to go with the football. He was supposed to put that one into Lake Michigan. I think his receivers have to do a better job of working free because he didn't have anywhere to go at all on that play.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. To throw is Cousins. And that is incomplete. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
4th down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. Joseph's got it, and that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the 2nd drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Going a little tennis on me,
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out, and they get a backhand. What was the serve? What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like that.
A really good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the whole thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he'll be stopped at his tracks right at the 33. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert, and he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Another carry for Herbert on second down. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
That's the end of the first quarter, with the score tied 3-3.
These two teams all tied after 1. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Fields. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll run this with Homer. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Fields. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Now Fields. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dean Lowry, credit credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Fields with a throw that's caught by Moore. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. Santos' kick is up and through, and they will take the lead here. This battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give them big touchdowns.
So all field goals so far, 6-3 our score as the kick is away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. Here's Madison running on first down. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Going to run with Madison again. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
3rd down and 6. Cousins now. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Cousins on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Cousins, meanwhile, has this complete to Madison. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. pass it. Yeah, he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. Back deep, Trent Taylor. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. We switch the attention now to Khalil Herbert as this offense comes out for their next drive. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Starting on the ground with Herbert. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 61 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because in a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On 1st down, Fields. Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a 1st down.
A handoff for Herbert. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of 1st downs, and here a loss of yardage. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted, got away a little bit from the first one, but the wave swarmed him under.
On 2nd down, here's Fields. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
I certainly like what he did right there, because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
To throw is Fields. And he is caught. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half. Now a 1st down throw, Fields. And he'll go right back to Moore, complete again. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half.
You're supposed to catch that, baby. That's how we eat. Let's go now. Let's go.
Could we get a touchdown in this 1st half after all? It's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Fields. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Fields throwing again. There's Mooney with another catch. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. From the left hash, this from 39. Santos' kick is up and through, and they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3. So that's 3 field goals for him now, but heck, he's not even halfway to his career best of 7.
Seems like the 7 field goal games are the kind of games I always get assigned to in my other job. Let's hope for this offense's sake they can start cashing in on a few of these drives.
Following the made field goal, out instead is the punter, Trenton Gill, to kick this away. This taken in right around the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Cousins. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, Cousins. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. And here's Taylor on the return. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
At their own 41-yard line.
A final shot before the break. Fields. That's going to be caught downfield by Mooney. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. This fielded right at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set them back on second.
Well, they got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the first down marker.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete, and they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss. And they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. This goes out wide from Madison. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Bears take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Herbert to start the drive. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
A strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. Now it's Fields. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Bottom line is that he is just something else as a runner because there are not many QBs in this league who can rip off a game that big, and he did it with the defense giving him a little extra attention after he hit him on a run earlier this series.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Here's a give to Herbert, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
2nd down and 6 now. Fields now to throw. Right side, Claypool's got it. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Now it's Fields off the bootleg. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Fields. Open man, he finds Connell. Touchdown, Chicago. A 3-yard touchdown pass, and the Bears are able to add on to that lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
After the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And now out comes Minnesota. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
First down, here's Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Powell. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They go play action. Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll go Madison up the middle. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Here's Cousins. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
To the air again, it's Cousins. Completes this to Addison out left. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
On play action, Cousins. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. On the handoff, it's Madison. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Now an option play on 2nd down. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a third down. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here comes the Bears punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And looking up into the sun, he's able to make the fair catch inside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Cousins now. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Cousins. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Here's a give to Madison running right. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row. They held him in check in the 1st half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the 1st half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Throw left side, and Osborne has it. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Bears' 39-yard line.
Now Cousins. Now they go screen. It's complete. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Cousins.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That close on 3rd down. I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Bears will get the football back. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose there, and it's 2nd and 11.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw is Fields. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Holding offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, the return is Powell. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38. Play action now. Cousins. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, Parker, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Throw caught there by Osborne. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain there of 30 big ones.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Cousins. Completes it to Powell. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Powell. And he's he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 25-yard line. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Here's Madison running left. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Line of 15. It's 1st and 10. Another carry now for Madison. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Alexander Madison, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Joseph connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game here in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
These guys, so they're not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. Meanwhile, Fields throw there, hauled in by Claypool. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. On the option right is Fields. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Fields now to throw. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So Cousins and the Vikings trailing 17-10, a little under a minute 50 remaining. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Cousins. That's caught by Addison. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Here's Cousins. Pass complete. It's Madison. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Cousins to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Vikings 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Obviously a big 1st down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it, but they've got to continue to move quickly.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Cousins and the throw here caught by Addison. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn into a big gain.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Now Cousins. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
He's back to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout. They'll look to throw. This goes out wide from Madison. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Here comes 2nd down and 5. Back to throw. That's to the left sideline and incomplete.
That's pretty difficult to sum up offense in a 2-minute drill when your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon. There's an incompletion right there.
Well, this crowd doing their best to make a lot of racket. It's 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. The throw left sideline falls incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. This to possibly force OT. Well, that is going to be incomplete. Boy, they got much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from